When the filming began on Black Friday, Boris Karloff was playing the professor, you know, the one who gets the brain transplant, and Lugosi was the surgeon. Excuse me, just a... Didn't you always want to do that? I mean, tell the truth. Aren't these things great? Well, anyhow, as the rehearsals started to go, the director, Arthur Lubin, decided that while Boris Karloff would certainly be believable as the professor, he wasn't able to carry off the gangster part, which really makes sense, because I can't imagine Boris Karloff saying, "Stick him up," and I really mean it, Igor. Anyway, Karloff and Lugosi were already signed to do the picture, so he had to use the two actors, and anyway, it was their names that was going to bring the audience into the theater. It wasn't anything else but that. So he moved Boris Karloff to the role of the surgeon. He brought in Stanley Ridges, who wasn't, you know, we hadn't mentioned him yet, to play the professor, and he moved Lugosi down to a supporting role. One final note about Black Friday. I'm sure you didn't count, if I may use that word today, but there were 10 people who were killed in this film. However, since Anne Gwynn was almost killed, the director, Arthur Lubin, called this picture a movie with 10.5 murders. And for many weeks after that, the time they finished filming, the people around the Universal lot kept calling Anne the half-murdered girl. Now, let's take a look at this.
Next, on American Movie Classics, This Is Your Life, the classic spotlights Hollywood horror legend and real-life gentleman Boris Karloff. Next, on American Movie Classics.
Saturday on the next Tough Guy Classics. Outlaws turn lawmen as Robert Ryan recruits Walter Brennan and a gang of criminals to track down Robert Preston, best of the bad men. And it's a deadly cross-country trip for a hard-nosed detective and a widow ready to turn against the mob. The Narrow Margin. 2 journeys into danger on the next Tough Guy Classics. Saturday starting at 1 Eastern on American Movie Classics. Some people think that the only way to get you to watch classic movies is to color them in. But let's face it, if they were supposed to be in color, they would have been made in color. That's why on American Movie Classics, we show films the way the artists intended, in their original form, without artificial coloring.
Hey, Stella!
American Movie Classics. We don't monkey around with the originals.
A new special feature on American Movie Classics is This Is Your Life, hosted, of course, by Ralph Edwards. Today's special movie star, well, who else could it be on Halloween but the one and only Boris Karloff. He was born William Henry Pratt in a London suburb. He was headed for a diplomatic career when the stage attracted him, thankfully. Touring with various theatrical companies in Canada and the United States, he eventually tried his luck in Hollywood. He appeared in more than 40 silent films and didn't get his big break until James Whale cast him as the famous monster in the classic Frankenstein, which established him as a horror favorite for all time. Often cast in other out-of-character supporting roles, he made some 140 feature films. He returned to his first love, the stage, whenever it was possible, scoring great successes on Broadway as Jonathan Brewster in Arsenic and Old Lace. He was wonderful in that. And, of course, as Captain Hook in Peter Pan. Got to play the father in that one, too, in the beginning, if you recall. Offstage, he was known as an amiable gentleman who loved children and recorded Mother Goose stories just for their enjoyment. Be with us each and every Sunday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time as This Is Your Life salutes a different Hollywood personality. But now, let's enjoy This Is Your Life, Boris Karloff.
In the wee hours of the morning, movie lovers across America are not getting a good night's rest.
Would you be shocked if I put on something more comfortable?
Something big is keeping them awake. Big stars in Hollywood classics, dramas, mysteries, and plenty of action and adventure.
Perfect. That's perfect.
It's a late-night dream come true. Twilight Classics, Monday through Friday at 3 a.m. They're worth losing sleep over.
American Movie Classics presents the greatest romance of all time.
Moores and I will never change. Don't you, Kathy?
Laurence Olivier and Merle Oberon star in the immortal love story.
I'm another man's wife and he loves me. And I love him.
If he loved you with all the power of his soul for a whole lifetime, he couldn't love you as much as I do in a single day.
Join AMC for the exclusive presentation of the original uncut version of Wuthering Heights, premiering Friday, November 3rd at 8:30 Eastern. Remember those classic days when movies and glamour went hand in hand? Those were the days of movie star magazines, when we got to look behind the scenes and share the magic of Hollywood. Well, month after month, American Movie Classics brings those days back to life in the pages of American Movie Classics magazine, the magazine of classic Hollywood. And now it's available to you during this special offer. Each monthly issue of American Movie Classics magazine takes you back to the days of classic Hollywood with colorful photos, revealing trivia, and fascinating features. From fact to fantasy, from rumors to reality, American Movie Classics magazine brings you profiles of the stars, the image makers, the lifestyles, and the movie milestones. And that's not all. Each issue spotlights the classic films and fabulous festivals on American Movie Classics. Plus, it includes complete schedules and movie descriptions of all upcoming features on American Movie Classics. American Movie Classics magazine. It's the magazine of classic Hollywood. You can't get it on newsstands. It's available only through this special offer, delivered right to your door. Here's how to order. Send your check or money order for only $11.95 for a one-year subscription to American Movie Classics magazine. Post Office Box 2065, Marion, Ohio 43305. Or call 1-800-535-7700 to order with your Visa or MasterCard. So order the magazine that classic movie lovers love. Order American Movie Classics magazine today.
You work hard all day, and sometimes you just need to take a break to escape from the everyday world with a little adventure, a little romance, a little fun. So why not take in an afternoon matinee? Monday through Friday, let American Movie Classics take you away with some of the greatest movies ever made. It's a delightful double feature every weekday afternoon. Matinee Classics, beginning at 3 Eastern on American Movie Classics.
This is not colorization, but actual Technicolor film, locked away for almost 60 years in John Wayne's private vault. The only color footage ever shot of Jean Harlow, restored exclusively for American Movie Classics. Part of a never-before-seen print of Howard Hughes' World War I epic, Hell's Angels. American Movie Classics presents the most spectacular aerial footage ever filmed, and the seductive Jean Harlow in the unreleased color version of Hell's Angels. Wednesday.
As a remembrance from This Is Your Life, we have this...
Move you out of this town by sundown.
Billy the Kid.
Well, Billy, I guess this is it.
Doc Holliday.
Doc, have you got a local?
Together, they were no match for the one woman who could tame the West.
And how did you get back?
It was pretty tough, but the more I thought about seeing you, darling, the easier it got.
Don't miss Jane Russell's sizzling screen debut in the Howard Hughes classic, The Outlaw. Premiering Thursday, November 2nd on American Movie Classics.
American Movie Classics presents the greatest romance of all time.
More than I will ever change. Don't you, Kathy?
Laurence Olivier and Merle Braun star in the immortal love story.
I'm another man's wife and he loves me. And I love him.
If he loved you with all the power of his soul for a whole lifetime, he couldn't love you as much as I do in a single day.
Join AMC for the exclusive presentation of the original uncut version of Wuthering Heights, premiering Friday, November 3rd at 8:30 Eastern.
You'll fall in love all over again on the next Romance Classics. First, there's something about Gene Simmons that men would die for. Robert Mitchum flirts with death in Angel Face. Then, Dorothy McGuire and Robert Young find true love can conquer all in The Enchanted Cottage. Love is perilous and passionate. Next time on Romance Classics, Sunday, November 5th, beginning at 1 on American Movie Classics. They were great teams.
Why, I'd do most anything for you, Charlie.
Stars with stars in their eyes.
Oh, Georgie, I didn't know you felt that way about me.
They made the family business monkey business and kept us screaming for more.
You and I should work together.
They were partners and pals, brothers and lovers. And they're all right here on American Movie Classics, where your best friends are our best friends. You're watching American Movie Classics. Saturday on the next Tough Guy Classics. Outlaws turn lawmen as Robert Ryan recruits Walter Brennan and a gang of criminals to track down Robert Preston, best of the bad men. And it's a deadly cross-country trip for a hard-nosed detective and a widow ready to turn against the mob. The Narrow Margin. 2 journeys into danger on the next Tough Guy Classics. Saturday starting at 1 Eastern on American Movie Classics. American Movie Classics invites you to meet the stars that made the movies classic. Up close and personal when past and present meet in a very special way. Get to know Hollywood's legends through the eyes of the people who love them most. Share the surprises, the laughter, and the love as American Movie Classics presents This Is Your Life, The Classics. Sundays at 5.